Hi, welcome to the Daily Manifest for Christina Talks Radio. Hi, today's Daily Manifest. We are focusing this week on the energy of focus. This week's theme is focus. Today's action for these 3 days of action is invest. Today we're going to invest. We are focusing on what we are investing. What did yesterday bring? Just think about that for a moment. For the next today and tomorrow, we're going to continue doing yesterday's manifest. We're going to continue doing that one thing you did for yourself, whether it was moving your pillow, wearing an object, a bracelet, changing what you drink in the morning, having your coffee later, whatever it is. We're going to look at that. We're just going to be observing that for ourselves, as well as continuing with the 3-day outward expression of informing and speaking up with the same thing we chose yesterday and put into action. So investment. There are 5 love languages. Maybe you've heard of the 5 love languages. Maybe you know in depth about the 5 love languages. Maybe you know nothing about the 5 love languages and you're like, I've heard this, I haven't heard of this. Okay. The 5 love languages are receiving gifts, acts of service, quality time, physical touch, and words of affirmation. For today, we're going to pick one of those. If you don't know which one you prefer, what you value, what brings you love and joy most in relation to others or in relationships, or even just with yourself, reflect on these 5 and what you want. Which one of these do you want? Now, if you know about the 5 love languages, you already know what yours are. My love language has always been receiving gifts, physical touch, and quality time. Usually we have more than one of those. We're going to pick one for this exercise. Receiving gifts, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, and words of affirmation. Pick one of those. So we're investing today. Today's Daily Manifest is all about investing. We're going to look at the theme of projection as well today and what we invest in and what comes from that. In order for us to really have value, as I mentioned in one of the other days from this week's videos, you have to have recognition from others. You also need to have recognition from yourself. What we're going to do now is you're going to, with which you chose of the 5 love languages, you're going to act that out. You're going to invest in yourself today. Today we're investing in ourselves, not just our future, not just this dream, but in a small, simple act for ourselves. So, receiving gifts. You pick receiving gifts. Today, we're going to do this over a cup of coffee. The cup of coffee or tea, if you don't drink caffeine like me, or a glass of water, is something we're going to be using so that we can measure what we are investing in for ourselves. So you get this cup of tea. It's a cup of coffee for those of you that enjoy coffee. If your love language you picked was receiving gifts, you're gifting yourself this coffee. Maybe you don't have the money to go buy a coffee. If you do, I suggest picking your favorite coffee place and buying yourself your favorite coffee and then enjoying it as a gift to yourself, not worrying about the money you spent on that. Maybe that's something you do every day. Buy yourself a special coffee today. Quality time. So maybe quality time is what you prefer as your love language if you chose that. You're going to spend time making yourself that coffee. Spend time doing that activity and drinking it, spending time with the coffee, spending time with the tea, grounding that quality time in for yourself. So maybe you're going to put a song or the song from earlier this week on, and you're going to listen to it while that coffee brews. Maybe you prefer drive-through coffee or walk-in coffee. So you're going to spend time focusing on that coffee for yourself and what that does for you. When you're drinking your coffee, spend time reflecting on what it is you get from drinking this tea or coffee. What are you getting? Is it waking you up? Does it taste good? Does it feel good? This time spent drinking it, does that bring you joy? Physical touch. It doesn't matter where you get your coffee for physical touch, unless you are an extremely predominantly physical touch person. And then it will matter. Maybe you prefer physical touch from others. Maybe you prefer physical touch from yourself. Whichever of those you're in, whether you want to drink your coffee at home and touch your coffee at home, or you want to have your coffee made by someone else and touch something somebody else made for you. Physical touch here. You're going to today and for the next couple of days, buy yourself that coffee, make yourself that coffee, and then find time and space, at least 3 to 4 minutes, at least, preferably more like 10. Sit down and feel that liquid on your lips, taste that, allow yourself to feel the heat going down and warming your body, bringing you energy, joy. Feel what it feels like. Allow yourself to feel loved because you have this coffee, this tea, this drink for you for today. And spending time recognizing what about that physical touch of the coffee to your lips, of the cup in your hands, of the warmth of that liquid. What about that physical contact? It brought you love, brought you that joy. Words of affirmation. Now, you may want your coffees from somewhere else, and you may want your coffee at home here. While you're brewing your coffee, you're going to affirm, right? Speak affirmations or think affirmations over yourself. I made this coffee for me. I am so thankful that I have time and a house and a place and space to make this coffee. I am grateful that I had the money to buy that coffee maker. I am abundant. This coffee shows being created that I am abundant because I can have a coffee maker. I can make my own coffee. Maybe you have a Kruger and you're like, I can afford to buy these packets, and I am such an amazing person for investing in myself so that I can get up in the morning with this coffee. Whatever affirmation you it's come from the coffee. Maybe you have somebody else making that coffee for you. Then you're going to affirm yourself. I am so thankful that I drove here to get this coffee or walked here to get this coffee. I'm so thankful this person is working, making my coffee. I am so happy that I am able to walk to get coffee or drive because you have a car to get coffee. I am proud of myself for taking the time out to get this coffee. I value this time with this coffee. I am valuable myself, and I recognize that, and I'm going to celebrate it with this coffee. Acts of service, if that is what you have chosen, you're going to service yourself and possibly others. When you make the coffee, take time as you measure the grounds out. If you're doing it for yourself, maybe you're measuring your coffee grounds out, or getting your little Kruger packet up, or filling your espresso creator, your press. While you're doing that, the act itself is what you're going to focus on. The fact that you're doing this for yourself, that you put this coffee in this coffee press, and that you are so excited to have it. But the act of it, you're going to watch the act and see how it makes you feel about yourself. And if you're doing it with a coffee shop today, realizing that there's acts in that too. You drove yourself to get that coffee. You walked yourself to get that coffee. This is a service. You get this coffee, whether you want it or need it. It's servicing you. This coffee is servicing you. And then taking time while you wait for your coffee to stand there in the act of servicing yourself and appreciate that. These 5, whichever you chose of these 5, you're going to act out today. While you're acting those out, just focus on acting those out, on being in that exercise. At the end of the day, the beginning of your day, whenever you have a moment, take time to reflect on that gift. If you chose receiving gifts, for example, and you chose to wear a bracelet on a regular basis or to move your pillow, take a moment to reflect on your choice in that moment of what you chose yesterday and how it impacted you today. And take time to reflect on where you can change what you invest and what you already know and what you already trust that you've invested in. Maybe coffee's not or tea's not your regular habit. Maybe this is totally out of the blue and this is a new investment for you. Maybe this is something you've invested in since you were a teenager or a kid and you drink coffee on a regular basis. But looking at where you spent that time and energy and kind of look in relation to that, reflecting on yesterday. We're not going to act it out yet. And continue on whatever you did for yourself, doing that today and tomorrow to see the results. And reflect while you're doing these actions, while you're giving yourself this gift, spending this time with this coffee, touching this coffee, servicing your coffee, servicing yourself your coffee, or affirming your coffee. Take time separate from that to reflect on your long-term investment that you want to manifest and invest in: a new house, a new partner, a new place to live, a new vacation, a new relationship, a new friendship, whatever it is. And all that you do today, come back to this coffee and ask yourself if you trust yourself enough to express that love language, that one that you chose, on a regular daily basis as a foundation for your investment in yourself and your future. You can book with me at holistichd.com, holistichd.humandesign.com. I do have services to support you in your daily needs. All of these videos that I create for the Daily Manifest come from the Human Design Transits, as well as daily activities and meditations you can do to learn, to grow, to support your little seed of your investment of your daily manifest and to manifest on a daily basis. You can check out my blog. It has information on human design as well as my life process, what I'm going through, and then I take that as a 6-line role model manifester and I take it to empower you so that you can learn from my actions and behaviors, but as well as I reflect on sleeping alone, sleep habits, nature versus nurture in relation to how you take care of your children or yourself, and so many different concepts. Keynotes, The Art of Love is one I've written, and understanding that the word manifester in human design, projector, the design types in human design is its own language. I am not using the keynotes in this video, but the English language in keynotes are separate words. So you can learn so much from my blog on my website, holistichd.com. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoy gathering from this video and manifesting from the Daily Manifest. And if you have noticed something from the previous week or want to share below in comments, please do. I would like to know in comments which of your love languages you chose, and then see how and hear today what reactions you got yesterday in the comments below from your outward informing of your boundary in jest or in seriousness, in alignment. Today's value has been trust. So learning to trust yourself comes out in loving yourself, and it is all built into who you are authentically and your foundation as a person. Today's daily affirmation is I trust my foundation. I trust my foundation. Say this after me. I trust my foundation. May peace be with you wherever you are. May you manifest your dreams.